Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are Dancing with the Stars, AFTERBUZZ TV. It is wild in studio already.
Woo!
We're season 21, and we have a lot to discuss. We missed you all. We're very excited to be here. No, I'm not Kristen Burt, as you know. Our blonde friend is out on another gig today that she couldn't be here, but she will be back next week. We miss you, Kristen. Okay. I gotta introduce everybody. Needing no introductions though, Miss Darvina.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Which is so
excited!
Okay.
Can't wait.
Girls with the boys on the other side of the table today. Over there, Jake DuPree.
Hi, I'm Jake DuPree. I'm glad to be back.
Welcome
so
back.
happy to be back.
We are so
to have
happy
you
to
back.
have you. Our resident love bug, as Kristen would say. And to your left, we have missed you. Julz Tocker in the house.
Thank you for having me. So happy to be back. Thanks, guys.
We are happy to have you.
Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Season 21.
I know. So both you and Darvina were in studio.
Yeah.
How was the atmosphere?
Atmosphere was great.
It was amazing.
Atmosphere was really, really good. I saw a couple of tweets and some bits and pieces. People saying looked a bit off or something on people were watching. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I saw something and I was like, nah. Audience was great. Everyone was pumped. Bigger cast. It had a great energy to it, I thought.
I loved the opening as well. Like
Yeah.
that
That was
whole
the Hollywood Boulevard?
Hollywood Boulevard
Yeah, the lead
thing
into
was
the
just
studio.
amazing. You know, that really built it up.
Yeah.
And then that got the energy in the studio just like
Pumping.
dick. And then seeing everyone, it was great. I loved it. I thought it was a really good opening to the show.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
what
cool.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like at the
Absolutely.
opening, it's just like fun. Everyone's doing it. It's not too like hardcore choreography. It's
No.
more just about the personalities at this point and just seeing everyone. You know?
Seen something new and different too. They hadn't done that from Hollywood Boulevard before. They'd been
Nope.
up from Outback and come in. So it's
Right.
a huge production. We're talking to everyone down on set that day. They were like, you know,
They
there
had
till
to
4 a.m. shooting that.
That's crazy.
11 till 4. It was intense. So,
Yes, those of you that don't know, they had to
Yeah.
shut down Hollywood Boulevard to, you know, like they do for movie premieres and things like that, to shoot that whole piece. And it
Yeah.
takes that just 2 minutes takes hours and hours and hours, but it
6
was pretty
hours,
fantastic. Jake, did you love it?
I loved it. I loved the part where Tamar came through with Val in the car, and I was kind of
Yeah.
like everybody on the ground. They were up in the air. I kind of liked that. That was cute. That was cute. We'll get to them, but I
Yeah.
really, really liked them a lot.
I think they
too.
killed it with the opening. I love the Rob Wade and the chances he takes, and the
Yeah, he's really
approaches to keep
freshened
it
up the
fresh.
whole entire show, production, everything keeps you interested, I feel like, this season
Right.
as well. They've changed little bits around, which again we'll talk about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's dig in because we have so many couples. First up was jockey Victor Espinoza and Karina Smirnoff is back.
Welcome back, Karina.
Welcome back, Jules.
What a
Maybe a
bag.
short season.
Good to see you. See you later.
You can't tell that these guys haven't talked about it at all. Okay, I just want to say this really quick because they did touch on it, that he has very short-term memories, had a lot of concussions as a jockey, and I don't think, obviously being a sports girl, I think not a lot of attention has been given to jockeys, that they suffer a lot of concussions.
No,
And-
the first thing Karina said to me, I mean, I work with her a lot in the studio and stuff, and she said, in her studio, she's like, the jockey, they are trained not to remember. So when they get on a different horse, they're not used to any horse. So she's like, I know what I'm going to do this season.
Wow.
But it's a real mission for her and for him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was really disappointed in this performance. I mean, I love Karina, and I'm so happy she's back. I don't think they'll last too much longer, and I hate that for her because I really like her.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was like the nerves getting to him or for like not taking seriously enough, but something about him I just was like not responding to, and I thought that I would because I thought he would have like a lot of personality and be this like, little short man that like boom boom boom, but I don't know, it just wasn't there for me.
I think it's going to take a while to get to. I think his personality is a little quirky.
That's
Do you know
what I mean?
mean?
More of. Yeah.
And I think maybe with the concussions as well, maybe it kind of comes across like he's not like
all there.
With it.
there like he is.
You were laughing, but I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. Like it's, you know,
No,
what I mean?
no,
It's
I
true.
know. I'm
It's
just,
yeah.
I'm, you know, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. That would make people maybe not kind of gel or warm with him so much.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's why I'm explaining that's probably what it is. But in terms of the dance, I think Karina did a great job. That's what Dancing with the Stars is all about. Not everyone is going to be able to dance, you know, and she did what she could do with what she was given.
From what she was saying to me, like the last couple of weeks, catching up with her here and there, I did not expect that choreography. I did not expect that routine
really?
at all. That was a pleasant, amazing surprise. I thought it was a great way
because
to kick off the show. I was expecting not that at all.
Really?
No, I thought it was awesome. I thought, what a fun way. Not a joke, but it was like a fun way to kick off the show. And
And her body, her legs.
I'm so glad to have her back as
Austin
well.
was so
Yeah.
hot.
To have
So
that
hot.
quality back on the show is so
Right.
nice to see. So
Agreed.
welcome back, Karina.
It's nice to have a vet back.
Karina
yeah.
looked. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Karina
chime
looked
in.
great because this is like the first time I've watched her dance. She looked great, but then it kind of felt like a Charlie Chaplin film with her partner just kind of thrown in and not knowing and like trying to follow along. I don't know. It was a little too advanced for him so far.
That's Steven, our producer,
That was
guys.
too advanced.
So they scored a 15. Was it a little generous? Maybe.
I thought they deserved that score.
Yeah, I mean,
What about that?
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy.
that's
Yeah,
weak.
I'm a little nervous for them for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
They're in the bottom. The bottom. All right, moving on. Tamar, Braxton, and Val doing the quick step. I just want to say that I thought that there was good energy and she handled herself really well, in my opinion. And I also think that we're going to see them butt heads because she's so feisty and you can already see it. And not necessarily in a negative,
No.
bad way. Just like, Val and her, like that is like, ooh,
Yeah.
I
okay.
totally agree. I think I saw a post that she had made online on Instagram about like changing Val into more of like, maybe a dad and a husband one day and all of this. So it seems like they have a really fun relationship. It's almost like brother and sister kind of thing. And, I'm excited to see them. And she's a great dancer, by the way. I mean, her hold is a little off, she's new
She's
to
tall
this.
and long as well.
Yeah.
Her arms are long. And my notes, I said at the end of the choreography, got quite sloppy with the frame. It was like totally not in position or body connection. But hey, it's week 1 and she did a great job.
Yes.
But her back, actually, she's got flexibility.
Yeah, she's
when
flexible.
she does those back bends, she's
She
got
can
it
move.
already. So I'm looking forward to seeing them
Week 1
too.
smashing that
Week
dance
1,
was good. Yeah.
that was great for week 1.
I mean, they were one of my favorites of the entire night. I thought that they actually deserved higher scores than what they got. I think they deserved
They got a
all
23.
all 8s.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I thought that her rhythm above anybody else was very, very on. Like she could tell she was listening to the music, and she lays in the music just because she does R&B. Like that's what it's all about. And
Right.
I am so excited to see what the two of them are going to do. I think that with her personality, because that's what she's known for and that's what she has, the two of them are going to go really far in this show, and I'm couldn't be more excited.
Finals.
And I
would
always say, I mean,
Yeah.
Val does amazing things with his partner, so I'm very excited to see what he puts on her.
It was very dynamic. It was very dynamic and cleverly pieced together. For Quick Step, I would like to see more connection though, and there wasn't much body connection. And we don't have Len there now, so we don't have the trained ballroom champion sitting there. So we're gonna get some different judges' comments.
Right. All right.
That's tough to come out the gate doing the quick step. Like
Yes.
that's
But
crazy.
the whole
Exactly.
show was
Crazy.
jives and quick steps,
I
and it
know.
was
That
like,
was a lot.
full on.
They weren't trying to make it easy for them, were they?
No.
and now 2 dances week 2.
Yeah.
I
Which
know.
we will, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads are exploding.
Good luck with that.
I know, right? That's going to be hard, especially for a few people that we'll get to. So we go to the Queen of Funk, Chaka Khan, and somebody we all know very well, Keo, and doing the cha-cha. The royal couple, right?
The royal couple.
That's
We're
That was great.
roommates with him. I
Awesome.
didn't know he was a prince. I was like, I didn't know I was living with royalty.
I know, we sent down the horse and cart to go pick them up.
If you all don't know, they all live together. Not minus Jake, but
Did it?
Keo and Julz.
No. We had the crown ready when he got home, but we didn't know that before.
I know.
Anyway.
Okay, where do we go? Jake, I'm going to you first.
I was kind of disappointed in her. I think she obviously got overwhelmed by the crowd and got a little wrapped up in the moment and forgot the choreography. And I was really disappointed because I was like, she's gonna be like Patti LaBelle with like that star power, like boom, I've got this. And I felt like she kind of let her nerves get the best of her. Do I think that she's going to do better throughout the weeks? Yes. Like, I'm very excited to see her because that's so cool that this show even has her on it as a contestant. Like, that's amazing.
I agree. I'm going to save my opinions for last, Julz.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit disappointed in the number as well. I thought she was going to come out and nail it a lot better. Week 1, you know, is
You're being
tough.
nice because of Keo. I know
Tough,
you are.
But I think he needs to, but he does really need to give her a harder time and get on her ass a little bit with it and push her more. Yeah. She needs to be pushed a little bit more. And she's Chaka Khan, but I don't really care who you are. You're here in a dancing competition.
It's true,
Get your
though.
technique going and let's see what you can do, baby. She can do it. I know she can do it.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. Should I go?
No, yes, please.
All right. I was very disappointed because of who she is. I was just like, you've got to have something in the tank without even having any training or rehearsals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of already had me at this level where I was expecting something. And I think you were right in terms of she just got overwhelmed. You know, it's one thing being a singer perhaps, but then to go into a different aspect of it. But that being said, she is a performer. She still did perform, but the choreography wasn't there. She wasn't like hitting anything, you know, like she wasn't like in her feet. Do you know what I mean? Maybe she just lost the choreography. But I'm looking forward to next week because I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, and I think it was an awakening for her too, because even she said like, "I'll bring it next week. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, I think she was well aware. You know,
oh,
which
she
is
was
good.
aware. Yeah.
She's not like oblivious.
Yeah,
I was really taken aback. I was like, she's walking. Like she can barely walk. What's going on? This is a Grammy winner. I expect so much more from her. You guys obviously know how it's been going with Keo. Did they get a lot of rehearsal time?
I think so. I think they may have missed one rehearsal.
In and out. I know she's got some injuries. You know, she's in her 60s. She looks
she
so
is
much
older.
younger than what
I mean,
she
looks
is.
beautiful, but
stunning.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know that I think there's a bad knee and some bits and pieces. Okay. So, you know, we're working around that sort of thing. And she doesn't wear, like, the high heels. I know she can't stand those. So the shoes are shorter. Plus, he's tall as... And they got Foxtrot. They got Foxtrot this week.
Wow.
And he's talking about, you know, he can't hold a frame with her because she's 5'0". It's going to look ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
He's really having to be clever with the choreography to make it work and fit with her. So I'm hoping this week they're going to smash it out of the park.
Yeah. They got a 13. What did you think of their score?
Pretty low, but I think
I think it was
justified.
I think maybe that she should have gotten at least
15.
another 5, at least, because if you're gonna give Karina and her partner a 15 and then give them that, I was like, no.
Okay,
it's true. I agree with you on that.
All right, moving on to Hayes Greers and Emma Slater doing the cha-cha. Wow, charisma for days, and those eyes.
So adorable.
So cute,
Cute.
So cute.
I thought he had fantastic energy.
Yeah, I agree.
Right out of the gate. Amazing energy. What was it like in studio?
Really, really good number.
Yeah.
Really interactive. Love the troupe. Love the little details of that number. You know, like
Emma did a superb job. I thought
Really
everything
liked
came
it.
together from the package to studio. I thought everything came together really, really nice. He's so young.
I know.
15.
It's nervous. I'm nervous a little bit, like watching it. I'm like, oh, careful. Like, is that legal? Like,
no, I didn't find that at all. I wasn't
I
bothered
didn't
at
either.
all by that because
Yeah.
it's like you know how it is. Dancers, in competitions, you dance with however old they are. So for me, that's not an issue.
I don't find that an issue at all.
No, not at all. So that didn't bother me whatsoever. I thought it was great.
I thought it was just cool that he was like so. I felt like he was like so chill and like laid back, like in that whole situation. Like he's somebody who's used to producing something for 6 seconds. Like literally, that's it.
He's a Vine star for those of you that don't know.
Like that's ridiculous that he's gonna come out and have to like carry a personality throughout an entire dance, which is not that long, but still longer than 6 seconds. Like to be fair, but I was impressed by his rhythm and his you can tell that he wants to learn, and that's what's so exciting too about him is that he's got an awesome attitude, and I think little girls are gonna go ape shit over him. Like, to
They
be
already
completely
do.
fair. Yeah. Oh, we're fine on here.
You already swore once.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
Yes, but like I think that he's just got. I feel like he's got a lot of star power, and I think that I'm excited for him to be on this show to open him up to other opportunities because I think it's really going to be helpful for him.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It was a perfect
Absolutely.
number for him, and especially for his audience of his like 15 billion followers. Like, you know, the number suited him perfectly. Like, M did such a great job with it, so I thought it matched him and his personality so super. And I know they did not have much rehearsal time. When you're a certain age on the show legally, you can only have 3 hours a day, where the others can get up to 8. So they're working under tight frame as well. So they did an awesome job.
I know some people think, you know, younger ages might be more challenging because of that time frame or whatever, or just because they're young. But I always think age sometimes is an advantage because you're young, you're fresh, you got energy.
Oh, he's got energy,
you know.
Apparently his energy is awesome, and they are just flying. So they're really, he's
And
got
it's like, I feel like there's a few contestants this year where it feels like they're almost like somebody who is picked just from like the viewing audience. Like it seems like they're kind of representing people that
like
are watching
that.
the
I
show,
love
which
that.
is so cool. And that's so exciting to see because people want to root for that because they're like, I would be that type of person.
So, totally agree with that.
Love it, agree. Well, they got a 21, which I thought was
I'm so excited. That was good.
point.
That was good.
Yeah.
He's got so much potential. It's gonna
Looking
be
forward
exciting.
to seeing them week after week. For sure.
definitely. Moving on to Andy Grammer and Allison Holker. Doing the Foxtrot, I really like this couple. I love everything about them. I think that we're going to see some really fun routines coming. What did you think?
I think I like the pairing, but I didn't think I don't know how to even explain it. It's like, although he did everything correctly, there was certain times where it just looked awkward to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where I was like, oh, and then it just like went back to being like quite nice. But it was just like a bit jerky.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I mean, they were talking about, did you think their connection between the partnership was good?
I didn't think it was great, actually, even though I can tell that they get along really well.
Yeah.
But it's the beginning of the season,
Week
you know?
one.
They still have to get to
I
know
think
one
it's
another.
week 12
you know
of
what I
last
mean?
season, guys. Settle down.
But still though, you know, like
settle
all
down.
you have
Seriously.
that first week is basically to be like, I'm here with you. I'm gonna get to this number and do it the best I
Right.
can. Like that's what it's about. And I feel like they were missing that a little bit. I
Yeah.
feel like he was a little nervous. However, I did like some of the content that she put in there for him because he can actually hit those lines and lead. I felt like he was actually leading her because I feel like most of her partners, sometimes she's always just like,
I totally
bam,
agree
like,
with that,
here I
though.
am, like in front of the partner.
Yeah.
And I felt like
Yeah.
he kind of had a good control over her.
Very much agree with that.
I can tell you this, if it's not known, and you guys may or may not know this, but I spoke with Twitch, you know, at the end of last season, one of the show, I don't know if we were there together, but anyway, he said, I mean, she studies so hard and works so hard on ballroom the last few seasons, and we could see it last season.
Yeah,
for sure.
And you could tell in this number too. I thought that she looked like a legit ballroom dancer.
I don't find
I wouldn't
her
say legit
outshining
ballroom
people
dancer,
anymore.
but I would say she looked better.
Yeah. I mean, she looks like a progressive ballroom dancer. That's what I
Progressing,
should say.
yeah.
Because
Well, I think she's an
Progressive.
amazing dancer, but yeah,
She is.
definitely.
yeah, I mean,
But you
she's
can't put someone in there, example like Anna, who's had 20 years experience as a champion and be able to do the same thing. You can't expect that.
Yeah.
But she's doing a
Actually.
great job though.
It's like also this show has to change, and it's not Dancing with the Ballroom Stars. Granted, that's what it's been from the beginning. However, it's not that anymore, and I'm I'm happy about that just because as a contemporary dancer, that's amazing. And Allison is one of my favorite dancers of all time.
Me too.
So I'm happy that she has this partner because I think she's gonna show maturity and a little bit of not as like contemporary of a routine with him because I think he's a little bit more classy in terms of movement.
It's going to challenge her.
Yeah,
for
I think
sure.
it'll be a really good challenge for her.
He's a performer too. When you're working with performers and artists like that, they naturally can normally can hold a crowd and be on
Yeah.
point.
Right.
So she's working with someone who constantly works under pressure. I just agreed with some of the comments, like the rise and lower and technical aspects of it. Yeah, it wasn't quite there, but it's week one. So much potential to grow as well.
For sure.
A lot
I
of
think
good,
that.
a lot of good couples this season.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Surprisingly,
Yeah, for sure.
right? We
Yeah.
kind of mentioned that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what to expect.
You know how there's like always like a surprise couple throughout the season that goes? Who do you think that he might be one of those people that would
that
possibly
surprisingly goes
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
It could be at this
I
point,
heard
but
some-
you never know.
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I heard some
Yeah.
people
I
talking
hope
about
not.
that.
I hope
Yeah, I
he goes
hope
in
not.
for longer though.
I agree.
He's got lots in there. I can see.
I think so too, but
I
he
hope.
could be. We always have a shocker
There's one.
or two.
Yeah.
They got a 21.
When you're in the middle of the pack and there's a few 21s, do you know what I mean? And those that's when it gets.
But it's
a
also
bit-
kind of nice to lay back and be in the middle and then be like, look at my progression that I've made throughout the show.
Right,
So
right.
I think that's good for him.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next couple. Paula Deen and Louis Van Amstel is back doing the quick step. Look at the faces on everybody's face right now. I just don't even know where to begin with this couple. So I'm going to go to Julz because he looks like you look like you're about to
Go with me.
chomping at the bit here.
Good idea.
Yeah.
You know what? you know what, guys? You know what, you guys at home? You know what? I actually thought she did a fantastic job.
You did?
I actually did. That is what you call a quick step in hold constantly. We're used to all this breaking hold, flashy bits, bit
Yeah.
of Lindy Hop, bit of jive, bit of swing, bit of
Yeah.
Broadway in these routines. Louis came back and put a routine, a classic ballroom routine for a classic older lady. She is
Right.
not 15 years old. She does not have 1 billion Twitter followers. She is doing what she can do.
Right.
And I thought she got quite slammed for what she did. She kept a hold the whole time, which no one else did. She did a right lunge, had a great shape, and she tried so much to get this great line. She tried. Maybe she got a little frazzled at the end. Okay.
Perhaps
Yeah, she was so
stamina,
scared.
maybe
And
as
stamina,
well. You
quick
know?
step
Yeah.
at that age, not a trained dancer.
And she doesn't work out. I don't think she works out.
Right?
No.
So I actually thought it wasn't as bad as they got.
Look, really quick before you guys go, I will say I kind of agree with you. I mean, I'm not the technician
else are
like
you gonna do?
are.
What the hell
but
else
I
are you
gotta
gonna
say,
do with it?
like everybody's slamming her, and then I saw it on social media. Compared to some other dances,
Correct.
are you kidding? She pulled it out.
Full
Yeah,
of
she
content, pivots, running everything in
was.
there. She had
Yeah.
everything in there in the kitchen sink, but she didn't actually. but she didn't. I didn't write that down. That just came to me right now.
Oh my God, Jake, what'd you think?
I was really impressed with her for being in hold and for like moving as quickly as she did because he had her going across that floor, which was nice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Louis. I always like that he really does pull out these people that are, you know, like he gets people to do things that they naturally wouldn't normally do, like some of his other partners that he's had.
Yeah.
I wish she's such a big personality. That was completely lost to me. Like it seemed like some of the judges said it seemed like she was holding on for dear life.
She
a
was
little
scared.
bit. And
She was
I
overwhelmed.
completely understand. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy, and it's a lot of the set and like all that stuff. However, I just missed her personality because I'm like she's been going through a lot of bad press, and it's like you got to learn to sell what makes her good and like warm and inviting. I didn't get that from this.
No.
And I think after this week they're going to give that because she needs to be all about personality. And granted, she can actually somewhat dance, which
And
is
Louis
good.
knows this, so I'm sure he'll be talking to her about it.
I hope so.
Yeah, Darvina.
I loved it. I thought she did a really good job for all of the factors that we've already discussed.
Right.
Also, I didn't lose her personality, actually. I thought it was still there throughout the dance, although she did look a bit scared.
She was smiling
but
and
she
singing
was
the
funny
song.
and she
Yeah.
was doing as what she could do. There was a few bits where it was like literally clawing onto him. Like there definitely
Exactly.
was this.
I'm going to
moment.
whip you around that studio tonight. You'll be hanging out for dear life too if you do a quick step at that speed. Give you a break.
Not that.
Oh they got a 15.
I did not agree.
I didn't either. I thought that was a little too low.
Bull.
Oh.
I thought it was bull.
Bull.
I don't
Did
think
you
it
say
was
it
a-
out loud in the studio,
Yeah,
Julz?
I did.
That's
You should have heard
bull.
me. You should have heard me.
You're pretty loud in there.
I was
not
pretty
gonna lie.
loud. People
Was it
were.
rowdy?
Oh, we were
God,
rowdy.
I can't wait to join you guys next week. All right, before we move on to all the other couples. Sunday, September 27th. It's the series premiere of ABC's highly anticipated new drama, Quantico. Have you guys heard about it?
I am excited about it.
Quantico is where the FBI trains their top recruits. Over 100,000 young people apply, and only 1,200 get in. They're the smartest, strongest, and have the best skills. Now they must live and train together under one roof. But everything changes when a massive terrorist attack strikes in America.
I thought it was a reality show.
Yes, and the FBI
like it.
discovers its greatest fear that one of their top Quantico recruits is a tourist. Which one is behind it all? It's an edge of your seat drama, twist after twist after twist. So let's see here. Priyanka Chopra stars in one of television's top new shows of the fall. Don't miss the series premiere of Quantico, Sunday, September 27th at 9 Central on ABC.
Nice.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna
ABC.
tune in.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. All right, guys, tune in, check it out.
Put it in my diary right now.
All right, up next, our first coupling of our married couple, right? Carlos Penavega and Witney, the gorgeous Witney, doing the jive. Jake, what'd you think?
I loved this. I think that he has so much potential, and I think that there's a few couples that I'm like, you're going to make it to the end, but I think if he plays his cards right, he's going to make it to the end. And
Agreed.
I think it's so cool because he can actually do probably anything that Witney can come up with, which is so exciting. Like, she doesn't have to rely on character, she doesn't have to rely on personality. He can just like straight up dance, and that's awesome. And I'm excited to see her with him throughout the season.
Yeah, Darvina.
Totally agree. He is a firecracker. He is headed for the finals as long as everything goes well. I don't want to jinx it, but I could see them there. His energy is really, really good. And the routine for week 1 to me was a finale routine. I literally said to Witney when I saw her on the press, and I said, what are you going to do next week? Because that literally, to me, that had so much content.
So much.
It was so fast. Yeah. There was a lot going on. That's week 1. I was like, really? So
that's
really
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Do the professionals get a say in like what they do? Do they say, I want to be on the stage or I want to be on the floor?
Yeah, it's combined. It's
Because I
combined.
didn't know if she was forced to be up there, because I wanted them to move a little bit more. Like,
No,
I wanted
that's-
them off the
you did.
I wanted them on the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because they can.
They can.
They work with production. They collaborate together, or they will use your idea, or production might have an idea. So it just depends each week what's going on.
Right.
Okay.
We've
I
seen that
love-
in past seasons with Derek and other people, like when they, with Amy.
We call it the zone.
Yeah.
They call it area of the zone. I love the zone.
I love it. It's
like it too.
compact. I like.
See, for jive's no progressive dance. It stays more still. So for like the sambas, the quick steps, and all that,
travel
moving around
around.
the floor. So sometimes it's nice to see a change, maybe.
Yeah. Well, he got an 8-8 and a 7. A 7 from Bruno. Really?
I know.
I was like, that's setting up
Yeah,
for the
but here's
couple,
the
like
thing.
the next
There's
couple.
some other little bits. If he just pointed his feet and those kicks a little bit, and he would have got that 8 from him.
But
His
then it's
little
like, how can
technique
you
bits.
give someone like that a 7, and then some of the 5s that we've been getting, that's 2 marks down,
2
and
marks
the
down,
difference, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
When
Think
you
of it
kind
like
of
that.
put it into perspective like that,
Well,
it's
So then
like,
Karina
about to
should have
get
got
to
a
his-
2.
we're
yeah,
about to
like
get-
if you're really going to
Right?
go there, then
Yeah.
that's how it should have been.
We're
Right.
about to get to his wife, and the thing is, Bruno gave his wife an 8, which I was like, no, he deserves
Yeah.
an 8.
I'm like,
she's
I'm
the
already
7.
sick of the whole like husband and wife rivalry thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, just who cares?
Trying
Just
to,
let
like,
them
build
go.
it up.
I'm like, it's so dumb.
I know. Totally.
It really is.
Tell us how you feel.
It is. It's just so silly because it's like these two can actually
sweet Jake, I love it.
these two can actually dance. It's like
Yeah.
we
Let's get
don't
on with
need
it.
Yeah,
the
we don't need
stupid
the-
I
drama
totally
stuff.
agree. I think this is going to be a very exciting couple throughout the entire
The energy
season.
is like off the charts as
Yeah.
well. It's-
Yeah.
He's
It's
so good.
hilarious.
So they got a 23. Moving on to his wife, Alexa Penavega, and Mr. Mark Ballas. I just wrote, my notes is a good starting point, and I think that she's going to really improve with Mark.
Yeah, well, I know for a fact that she got nervous. I mean, definitely, the nerves got the better of her. And you don't know until the first show how someone's going to react, how your celeb's going to react. You know what I mean? So she got nervous, and, they said something about the arm, which was just like a tiny little
Once.
thing.
At the
very
I think I
beginning,
saw
yeah.
it once. Yeah.
Once.
But I thought it was a really strong start too. I thought she's a little firecracker, like on the stage on her own at the beginning. Good
Oh,
job.
yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole dance. Was that
Put
little
someone
Yeah.
on that stage week 1 by themselves.
Yes.
The trick's normally to hang on to them the whole time, so
Yeah.
you've got control.
And jive is
For
hard
real.
for girls.
Hell
so
yeah, it's the hardest
hard.
dance for the chicks to pick up. You know?
What did Mark think of their performance?
He was happy
He
with
was
it.
happy.
He thought she did a great job. Everyone said that he had some mood or something. Mark was
know,
fine.
guys,
I saw that on
I saw
Twitter.
that
I was
on
like, what's
Twitter
going
too.
on?
Like,
Guys,
What?
he was not. Yeah, he was not in any mood. He's hanging out with us between takes. He comes sits with us
Yeah.
and chilling, and he let them have the little time together. Because it was all about them two. So he just let them have the little time, and He's absolutely cool. Enjoyed the performance, and a couple of times I think they shot the bumper, but they didn't realize that it was on, so he was just like chilling. But that happens sometimes. But it doesn't mean just because he's not smiling that he's not happy. I mean, should he just walk around the whole time just like this? Hi guys. Oh my God, you're really sick.
You know Keena's gonna
screenshot that. Sorry about that. Oh God.
They got
Let's be real.
she got a 7, 7, and an 8, and again, I mean,
I didn't just. I thought it was. I thought him and Carlos, her and Carlos should have got very more similar close marks.
I
didn't
think
agree with
8s
that.
for both of them, both couples.
They both did little bits that I thought could have been better, and they both did a great job. I thought.
I completely agree. I think they should have marked the same.
The scoring is not relevant. I don't think. Sometimes it's weird.
it's not. Yeah, I mean, we talk about it every season, every week. It's all.
I don't even know if they have the 2s or the 3 panels. We should check that.
I know, but I will say we're gonna get to some 4s, but some people were shocked to see those numbers, and Kristen and I think Kristen feels the same way because we've talked about it so many times. I like seeing the lower numbers. It gives us a starting point to go upwards.
And they're really dusty. We need to get
you need to start using them.
Yeah. I want to go check
because there's
week.
lots of opportunity.
Yeah, I want to go take a picture to make sure we have them down there. All right.
Oh my God! All right. Oh man.
Of lots of opportunity.
You
do.
Next. Yes. Next. Okay. This is gonna be a mouthful. Kim Kolziak. Zolciak. Thank you. I know you watch. Do you watch The Real Housewives? And Tony Dovolani doing the salsa. I don't know if I saw any salsa.
Did you see anything with that smoke?
Oh, that was bad.
I think that was the point.
I think that was the point.
Tony's clever with that smoke.
I have so much to say really quick before I go to you guys. I gotta say, my credit to Tony for pulling out all the production stops.
Do you know what was funny? You
number.
went on set, sorry, just quick. Brittany did the bumper with Sash, right? This sick bumper, flip, sprints off backstage. They were holding, the fanning. The camera guy's holding the thing. They're literally waiting. Brittany runs back out and literally grabs it as the music starts.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. The things
quick
you don't see on camera.
Britt, I love you. Good
that
to see
was
you back.
amazing.
I've never, and I actually said this to Tony, I've never, in the seasons I've watched, seen anybody look more nervous, more shell-shocked, more petrified than Kim. And I was like, as soon as she started, I was like, oh dear God, we are in for it. Like, and here's the thing, what's crazy to me is, she's done so much reality. She's used to being in control. She's a control freak. Yeah. But, like, on camera, her personality is so not what we saw.
No.
And so I was like, well, this is rough.
But
this was rough, guys. This was rough. Yeah. Who wants to go?
Me. Oh my God.
What was it like in studio?
It was rough. It was really rough
like
to
awkward.
watch.
It was like,
it was really bad.
And Leah was behind me, and I was
Who was behind you?
Leah Remini was sitting behind me, and I was a little like.
It's like, we want to be rooting for everyone, but that was like, to me,
it's not Tony's fault.
No, of course it's not his fault, but she needs to just trust this process. You can't control it. You've got to let go. And I know she's kind of trying really hard, but she's got some moves in there. She's got sass. That woman is
like a
awesome.
goddess.
Like, she is beautiful, and she really just has to go in there and go for it because she's not letting go. It's like she's not committing to the movement. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like she needs to break down whatever wall it is because I don't want her to go home.
It's vulnerability.
I was so excited when I saw that she was on the show, and I really want to kind of see her progress. So I really hope they don't get eliminated because
2 couples go next week, so they could be one of them.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were, and it makes me sad because it's like Kim has such a huge personality and this like fiery and fun. And I was just like, where is that? Like, and I get it was really nice to see her in the package like break down and be like worried about how she's gonna come off because it's like we've all been in that situation where we all kind of get in our own way and we're like, oh, I want to be good, but it's like I'm afraid to let myself go there. Mm-hmm. And like she literally did that in front of 14 million people or however many people tuned in. I mean, and that's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that she felt upset afterward and she was like, dang it, I should have just like let go. Granted, she was really starting upset. Point, great.
Yeah.
This is a good starting point because it can only go up from here, I hope.
I think
definitely.
And it's hard too because it's like Tony was with Nene, who was on the same show with Kim, and like Nene came out and like owned the living, what out
Tony's
of
been
it.
with a lot of Kims. So
Yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
is the perfect partner, in my opinion, to handle.
To make her feel comfortable.
Yes,
too,
to make
know?
her feel comfortable. He's a
also-
really good teacher.
I think that when there's a difference between making someone feel comfortable and then like really pushing them. But I mean, obviously we don't see rehearsals to know kind of like where you have to go with that or where he has gone with that. But I think there is that fine line that I think, the professionals have to find, and they talk about it, Mark and the guys, they talk about it, you have to be able to communicate with your partner. And push them, but encourage them. It's a real balancing act.
It is a balancing act. Even just being on the show in Oz and stuff, had ash and tears at a time, But it's not because we're being mean. It's like we know what we got to get out of them, And it is finding that fine line. She's got so much potential. She really, really does. I felt the song was a little bit too slow for her. Maybe they slowed it down because maybe it wasn't getting the speed.
Right.
But she just needs to take the chip off her shoulder and chill out and enjoy this process and the journey, darling, because you're going to really love it and learn a lot.
Yeah, and it's going to be over before you know it, and hopefully not next week.
Hopefully not next week.
Yeah. She was a deer in headlights. And I on a note on what you're talking about with the pros and how they guide their celebs, I just think Tony is perfect for her. I'm sure he's doing amazing, the best job that he possibly could do.
I kind of wish that there would have been like no production with it, and it would have just been like the two of them connected the entire time, so she could have just had him to hold on to, just to be like guiding her. Because I felt like some of the most awkward moments were when she was doing her own thing, and I was like, I don't know. I just wish there would have just been like a simple like pared down version, just get through it, and like the two of them having fun together.
And I also have to say, I think she's struggling with it not being her husband. She said that.
So much.
And dance doesn't have to be that way. You know what I mean?
It's like your friend. It's like you're dancing with your friend.
So I think when she gets out of that, like, oh my God, I'm doing this move and it's not my husband, and enjoys the process, like you said, she'll be fine.
Yeah. I think there's an element of that, but I also think that's an excuse. I think there's some truth.
I heard it way too much. She said it way too much.
She said it so much, and it was like,
when you're saying that, you're hiding.
At some point, you've been dancing with him now for several weeks. Like, your husband's totally comfortable with you doing it. You know what I mean?
Like, you wouldn't be on the show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Isn't that how she met her husband?
Yeah,
Dancing?
he was doing Dancing with the Stars Atlanta, and he won the competition actually.
Like an
and
event,
that's the first
really?
night they met on camera.
So she should be really embracing this and be
Yeah,
like,
it's
wow,
like kind of their
how cool is
story.
that?
That's
True.
Well, they were given 3 4s at 12, and Tony
Good to see the fours
I don't
out.
think he's ever seen 4s. Has he seen 4s?
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I think Karina seen a 4.
It was rough, guys. Rough.
was.
All right, from a low point to a huge high point.
My girl, Bindi.
Bindi and Derek doing the jive. Who's not in love with this
I know.
girl? How can you not love her? She is amazing.
Amazing.
Like a light. She's the sun.
Literally,
Right?
she totally just has this aura about her. She just has this light, this energy. Every time you're around her, she's just infectious.
Infectious.
And I fell in love with her watching the show, literally.
Yeah.
And I think Hall of America did as well. Her dancing's great. I was so surprised. I was
my
like,
gosh.
watching the package, I was like, oh my God, Derek might have a tough one this season. Oh no.
And then I saw Derek on Tuesday morning, and he was like, dude, when like she first started, like couldn't walk, and then apparently last night I saw Bindi's mum after. I was like, where did that come from? She goes, we don't know. She doesn't know. We don't know. But I'm like, we'll keep it because it was flipping amazing. She's like, oh, thank you so much. It was. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Nailed it.
That was the most memorable performance for me of the night.
Yeah.
Like, she got out there and like knew every single camera, like where it was. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're 17 years old, and she's
She's used to being in front of cameras.
But like that many though, like
Yes.
in connecting and
That's true.
dancing, I was just like, this was special. Like, it just like gave me chills. It was so good. It was so good.
special.
Just a beautiful, beautiful soul. My gosh.
Yeah, I love watching little clips on Instagram and things like that with Derek and her. Hilarious. Did you guys see her teaching him how to talk?
I haven't seen
Hi,
that.
I'm Derek.
Oh God, it's so funny. You have to look it up.
check
It's
that
on his Instagram, guys. You should look it up. There, it's really, really funny. Well, they were given 3 8s for a 24.
This is just gonna go up and up and up.
Oh, yeah.
Finale. I'm
Hope so.
gonna put my name.
I mean, she moves like Sean Johnson. Like, she's the same kind of like body type-ish. So it's like, that was cool. I was so happy.
I was pleasantly surprised by her dance level week
Same.
1. I really was. Like, so we'll look out finale.
Yeah, do you think that they're gonna put her in like heels? Because I know that she was dancing like
She
a flat,
fell flat on her
basically.
face in heels the first day.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll try it. Maybe they'll work up to it for a couple dances. Maybe.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I would think so.
I mean, she's
I would like
game,
to see
I'm
it.
sure.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it might be a process.
Maybe if she
but-
gets more comfortable. It's weird to dance in heels for the
And
first
to build
time.
the strength in your ankles and your feet too is tough.
Yeah, the front. Yeah, yes, I agree. I couldn't dance in full high heels at first when I first started. I wanted like the Capizio, like not the ones the flat ones, but like the in between. Just the
Try to
first
go
time.
from rugby boots to Cuban heels. It was a very big process for a
Big
little
transition for
for a little New Zealander down there. We didn't shoot down those
God.
shoes for a while.
Oh my God, so funny.
Moving on.
All right, moving on
Lindsay.
to interview gold. Gary Busey
Oh,
and
Gary.
our own Anna Treblinskaya. I mean, is this not the entertainer of the season for
I hope
one?
it goes all the way
Absolutely.
through.
I hope so too.
Oh, he could be a Tommy. He, be all the way.
I hope
like
he does.
I think we're gonna see him for a little while. You can't vote him off.
No.
No, the producers won't let
There's
that
no
happen.
way.
Like,
Because
there's
he's
no
starting to
way.
let him off. He's money. Have you guys watched his interviews? Watch his interviews. They're hilarious.
They're terrifying a little bit.
Yeah.
Funny a lot. Yeah, so it's like-
I love how he Tom doesn't miss a beat, and he's like, "Your eyes circling, Tom," or whatever he said.
Your eyes rolling around. It's really neat. It's just like my career.
I know.
That's
You
like-
know
that's
what?
so good.
I know that Tom probably loved it because he's told me off camera before that he's like his favorite moments of doing the show are like that just stuff that when it happens unexpectedly, where you can just feed off of it.
Yeah. And they started reading Aaron's prompter.
Yeah, that was
Aaron-
awesome.
He's so smart though. She's like, well, tell us what's happening next week. And he's reading prompter. He's like,
He was.
well, next week on the show. And she's like,
No, it's one of the
Okay.
best
yeah,
moments
you
of
reading
the
my
whole
cue
show.
cards? And he's
Yeah.
like, you told me
Brilliant.
to read what's happening next week. It's telling
Oh
me
my
right
God.
here.
Okay, we have to talk about this dance. So, Jules or Darvina, what did you think of their? What did you actually think of their cha-cha?
I thought Anna looked great in her cat suit.
Welcome back, Anna. Yeah, baby. Hot
I
mama.
thought she
Mommy.
looked amazing.
So
I
sexy.
thought she's a great dancer. I thought that he was pure gold entertainment, and that's about it. But I want to see them every single week. I know that she's gonna bring it. And what I love about Anna is, although it's comedy and whatnot, she gives him his moment to like do it. Do you know what I mean? Like that last shot, she standed back and she gets what this process is about. So I'm
does.
super excited to see those two together.
Yeah.
Because you never know what
He-
she'll get out of him.
He put so much energy and effort into that routine. Like, he really went for it. He didn't just like go through for first week check, payment. He's like, he really wants to be there. And I said that too. I was like, he looked like he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And we actually checked this out because he has had a few car accidents.
Yeah.
And he has had massive brain surgery, I think, as
He had
well.
a brain tumor that he had surgery.
So we checked out some background and he has got he had some big car accidents and I think motorbike accidents and problems and stuff. So,
Wow.
he's on that verge of like really intelligent and that craziness as well, like
Right.
right on that edge. It's amazing. It's
Oh,
amazing.
it's good TV.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what's so
Great
intriguing to
TV.
people, that it's like he's not crazy just to be crazy. Like
This is
There's
you can tell he's
reasons
very
behind it.
intelligent and fun, really fun. I just think that Anna's literally the perfect partner for him. Like she has like a constant bullwhip with her, like
Yeah,
at
she
all
does.
times.
Yeah, she does.
And I think that he responds
He
really well to
does.
that too. And it's just like I think they're a very cute pair.
And what
Like
a lot
yeah.
of people didn't, people that maybe didn't watch our show when she's on, co-hosting and stuff, because we really got to know her personality on our show. And in past seasons on Dancing with the Stars, you didn't really get to see that. She is funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the pairing is
dry humor.
Very
It's
Oh
just
yeah,
like-
so
That's
funny.
my favorite.
Great pairing. I'm so excited to see what they pull out next week.
Yeah.
I can't wait. They had a 15. Did you guys-
Fair.
Fair.
That's fair.
They're the kind of couple that like
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
give a
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
It's not gonna
like,
be
yeah,
there. I
you know
said to
what?
Mark, he's gonna be like Mark's dad's partner, Loris. What's
Floris
Cloris?
Leachman.
Cloris. What's her name?
Cloris Leachman.
Cloris
There you
Leachman.
go.
Yeah, she's gonna be like that version for this season, I
Yeah.
think. And everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh God, what is he gonna do
I
now?"
know, we can't wait. We're already talking
Yeah.
about it. We like can't wait. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, next couple. Alek how do we say this? Scarlatos? He was the guy that
Yeah, sure.
Scarlatos
That
and
works.
Lindsay Arnold. So Alek was a last minute signing onto the season, and if you don't know who he was one of the three or so guys on the train in Paris that kind of jumped to the rescue of everybody and took down the bad guy.
Yeah.
not to, whatever. Anyway, they did the foxtrot, and I know we're all going to say the same thing probably, but wow, surprise of the night.
I mean, to say like he dances like a man is like an understatement. Like he is so there for her, and like his arms were so beautiful, like the way that he was using them. Like you could tell he is constantly listening to Lindsay, and like he's another like Hayes. It's like he's truly like a viewer picked from obscurity to be in this situation, and how cool is that? I think he is honestly the person to watch out for this season, because everybody loves that story.
Yes.
A, I mean, because it's phenomenal, and B, he's an amazing dancer and has such a good attitude and is like really attractive and charming.
Yeah.
So it's like he's got everything to make it so far, and I'm so happy for Lindsay, like beyond happy for her.
Right.
Yeah,
Julz?
for sure. That's exactly what I said. And I said to Lindsay straight after the show, and to him I said, "Where the hell did that frame come from, dude?" I was like, "What? Better than some of the pros." And I just think you're working with someone who takes direction. That's his job. He's trained. He's fit. He's ready to rock and roll. He's got all his limbs this season. He's someone who really the boys in the show need to watch out for, because you've got Lindsay, who's a firecracker this season as well. She's back in there ready to put everything in. And that routine was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I said to her, stunning choreography, and such a beautiful couple. The whole package is really, really wonderful. Can't wait to see how it's going to progress.
Right.
Totally agree with all of that. I loved them two together. I would love to see them in the finale. That routine was epic.
What was the response in the ballroom like?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love it. Perfect. Well, they got an 22.
Yeah,
And
great.
you know that he is so happy to be dancing with this pretty girl. Like, did you see his hand like so low on her waist? So it was like, ooh, you better get it, boy. Like, that was
Freshly
so
married.
funny.
She is married.
And
She's
funny
married,
too.
brother.
Like her husband kind of actually looks like him, and like they
Actually,
they
do.
do.
I didn't even think about
They
that.
do a little
It was
bit.
really funny.
They do.
It's cute.
Good point, Jake.
It's cute.
I love it.
Thanks for pointing them out.
We have good
saw
things
it.
to look forward to with that couple. I'm very excited. Okay, moving on to our Backstreet Boy, Nick Carter and Sharna. First of all, I love that Sharna was a fan of Backstreet Boys and had him on her balls, which is awesome. I love this couple. I love this couple. I'm not surprised that they went last. They're one of my top picks going into the season for obvious reasons. Sharna slays choreography. Just slays. Right?
Yeah.
What
Yep.
did you guys think?
Amazing, so much energy, so fresh. He has such pizzazz, and they just are a great partnership already. Like, you can tell that they've been working well together. I don't know, you know more about their rehearsal schedule and stuff like that. I don't know if they've had that much time, but it was great. I mean, no wonder they went last.
Exactly.
That's it. It was fantastic, and I hope that they just continue going up and up and up, because it's exciting to see.
I do not want them to be our Mark and Willow from last
No.
season. Please,
No,
God,
not at
don't do that
all.
to us.
No.
Yeah, what I like about their dance is it seemed like it was almost like created right there on the spot. Like you could see the two of them were so connected and just having a blast.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's exactly what I want to see. And like that was such a perfect number to close off the night. Like I'm such a huge fan of both of them.
Yeah, I think he has also that fan base too, to keep him
Huge.
in there for a while. And the choreo was so good for week one. Not too much, not too little, because he can do stuff.
He can move.
Yeah.
He's got tricks up his sleeve. I
Yeah,
know.
he
And
does.
Sharna, I know she said that they did not have rehearsal time. They were the
didn't?
last one to start, because he was shooting a film. She went
Yeah.
out there, but she only had half an hour on set, and what can you do on a concrete floor? Like, they did not have the rehearsal time that everyone else had as well. So
Yeah.
thank God he can.
He is a pro.
Thank God
he's a
he can do his
pro.
stuff.
He said he can't dance in certain ways, and
like-
as a weakness.
Yeah, but he was with a group of boys and guys, I guess, that could all really dance, maybe a lot better than him. So maybe that's
Right.
insecurity. And I
And-
know he was nervous as hell before the show.
And he's also
Yeah,
been
he
was
he's also
nervous.
been on tour.
Nervous.
Hell, like I saw Sharna before
That's
she went in.
sweet.
She was like, "Yeah, I think he's a little bit nervous. He's a little bit nervous." So
And those nerves can really get the best of you.
when you go
because
last,
just
you're
go
waiting the
blank.
whole
yeah,
time.
you can
It's
forget
like-
the whole thing. You can jump ahead in your music. It just can really ruin a routine, even if you're a good dancer. So
Yeah.
that's his challenge.
I find that kind of sweet because he's performed in sold out arenas all over the world, and not, I'm sure he wasn't even half as nervous as he was right before he did
No.
this.
Yeah, but that's what his profession is.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
doing a cha-cha-cha on a
No, I
boring
know.
floor.
I know, but I thought he did fantastic. I'm
Loved
super
it. Can't wait for next week.
excited.
I know he's got Jive next week as well. Probably got these.
That'll be fun.
They've got these full-on dances going on
Yeah.
this season.
So
Jive is
2
hard.
dances
Yeah,
next
I think
week
I've got
for everybody.
I know Foxtrot and Jive. A lot of people Foxtrots and Jives, or Foxtrot and Salsa. No, Keo's got a Salsa, I think.
Wow.
There's a lot of
Salsa, yeah.
Foxtrots and Jives the first 2 weeks. They're the hardest 2 dances.
Yeah.
I think they've made it really hard this season. After
And quick
last
steps.
season, and it's 2 shows, 2 numbers. That's a lot.
Our heads are gonna be spinning with all these numbers. I mean,
know.
imagine some of the people that pick up choreo on the slower
That's
side.
what I'm saying.
I feel for those.
It's like,
couples.
what do you do at that stage? Do you say, I'm going to focus on one routine, like as a
Yeah.
pro, and say, all right, we're just going to go in this one and we're going to give it all we got, and then,
Interesting.
you know,
And then-
let's just whatever
Correct.
happens with that one, because otherwise, then you're just trying to get these people to understand 2
And
routines.
it's also I don't like it too because it's like they both have to be such short dances.
Yeah, they're only
It's
a minute
like-
long.
Yeah,
They're
and
only a
it's
minute
like you don't
long.
even get to see them do much in them. So it's like just give them a longer dance and let us get to know them as a dancer and let them get to know themselves as a dancer too. I don't know.
Exactly. Totally agree with that.
What's Keo's approach
approach
for
to,
next week?
What's Keo's approach for next week? You were
Yeah.
working with him, weren't you?
I think he's going in today and just going to really try and kick it up a notch. And I think she's hungry for it.
Yeah.
She saw everyone else's
Yeah, I
performance.
think-
She's seen what's going on. I think now she's got this little
Yeah.
kick up the arse
Competitive,
too. And
yeah.
she's like, all right, let's really get going. Get
Yeah.
that first week out is like so important, and get the
Right.
cobwebs out and those nerves gone, and then get back in that studio. I know she had a day off yesterday, you know, and yeah, I'm really excited to see what they come out with. 2 flippin' dances there.
I know.
In week 2,
Has that ever happened?
never
before?
happened.
I don't think
And this is
so.
the most celebrities that have been on the show. And also, we wanted to say that because I had some tweets about Artem. He is doing pro numbers only. That had a last minute casting problem,
Right.
Which is why they switched around
Right.
the cast a little bit. So he will be in there dancing, but
Yes.
just pro numbers and stuff this season.
Yeah. Do we really quick predictions of who may go home next week? The 2 couples. Who wants to go first? Take it.
Karina and
The jockey, Victor.
and Tony.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Jules?
I'm Sam, Karina and Tony.
Yeah.
Darvina?
I think so too.
Kim and Victor.
I don't want it to be Kim and Tony.
I don't think it's going to be Kim and Tony.
I really don't want
You
it to
don't?
be.
I
You
don't.
don't think?
Nope, and here's why. They're not going to send Tony home week 1, week 2, or whatever. I think it's going to be Karina and Victor. And who was our other lowest scoring?
Chaka and Keo. They're the other
Shaka
lowest.
won't be going
I don't know.
anywhere.
Yeah,
if
they
will be
can't
going.
send.
There was
I feel
another
like,
And
one though.
Paula's on 15.
Oh, Paula.
yeah, but I feel like she's
And
got such a
12.
huge
Got
fan
fans.
base though.
It's tight.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll send Tony home next week.
I don't want Kim to go home.
Yeah, I think
I
it would
don't.
it would be nice to see her progression.
Yeah.
But I just think that dance probably turned off a lot of viewers.
I agree with you. But it probably should be one of the 2 that goes, but I just don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh my God, there's 2.
I know that's
And
scary.
2
I'm like
week
a little
2.
scared.
It's going to be a crazy week
Oh my
next
God,
week.
imagine Kim's 2 dances. Poor Tony's got his hands full. Bless your heart.
I'm not
But
even
like,
going
you guys,
near
like,
him.
he's probably like, he's probably like, oh God, what do I come up with? Oh, it's
Just
Get
put the
those
trooper.
troopers.
Get those troopers in there. Get the smoking troop. Let's get some more fans.
And shimmy for your life.
I heard that we're gonna see a crab. Sasha is gonna bring back a crab. I hope so. I
bless
hope
him.
so. I hope so. We want to see that crab.
Bless him.
Don't forget, y'all. You can find us on iTunes. Please go listen to us, download it, rate us. 5 stars, hopefully. That really
5.
helps us out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I literally did that too.
Five. 5 stars. Please check us out on iTunes. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
Before we go really quick, Julz, I know you got to tell us really quick what you've been up to. You've got this really cool new product. Everybody should check this out.
So
Tell
just
us.
real quick. There's some sunglasses that me and some friends from New Zealand have all put together. We're launching in the US. They're called Slap C. And they click onto your head.
Oh my gosh.
So they don't
Also,
fall
right?
off.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you
That's
unclip
awesome.
them, you pull them down, you fold them, and then you slap
Wrist
them
them.
on your wrist. So you
For
don't
working
lose
out, that's
them.
amazing.
I know,
Working
right?
out,
It's like
active
perfect
people.
for Coachella too.
Coachella
I know,
festivals.
yes.
Go online. We've just launched the website, guys. Slapsee, SLAPSEE.com. Great deals to get all 6 colors for real good prices. Jump on. Please support us. Follow us on Insta.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Love you all.
I love them.
I love them. I'm
too.
so excited you guys to go check it out, guys.
Slapsee.
We got to wrap up. Thank you all for joining us. Julz, where can everybody find you?
At Julz Tocker. JULZTOCKER.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram at Jake DuPree and on Twitter at Jake_DuPree, as well as my website.
And
You can find me at DivaDarv on Instagram and Twitter, guys.
And I'm at Suri Serano on Periscope, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, kind of
yeah, Periscope.
everything,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I just
Thank you,
joined
Periscope.
Snapchat, which is crazy. Thank you all for joining
Thanks,
us.
guys.
We're really,
Thank
really
you.
excited for this whole season, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.